All right, guys, I'm gonna do this offline. Okay. This is a really weird part of it. It's like a really weird thing. Anyway, let me just get into it. Okay. So last night I was in a political debate, and Keemstar crashed it. Right. That's pretty much the short end of it. And for about an hour, he engaged in the conversation with like what the topics were about, which was very interesting. His takes are very close to what your grandpa would think about things. Uh, but apparently the reason, and he explicitly says this, I'm going to show the clip of it for those of you who may not want to watch the whole debate. He explicitly says that he only showed up so that he could try to catch me in a hypocritical situation. And he had one in mind. He was ready for it. He was like honed in. He was like, I'm ready. And it had to have been the most insane, unhinged take I've ever heard in my entire life. The confidence on this man is frankly incredible. Because I don't think that anybody else in the entire world would have been like, yeah, this is right. Because I don't even know how you got to where you got. So let me give you a rundown on what happened here. And we have to backtrack a little bit. We're going to backtrack to this. So this is an interaction I had with some high value male on TikTok. So somebody had sent me a video from his about how he's like, American men are tired of American women. They're just leaving in droves. It was basically just shitting on women. And I responded, and I was like, I disagree. And I think that if you leave your country, the country, to go to other countries to find women in like financially vulnerable situations, you're kind of a creep. Right. Either way, the specifics don't really matter. Right. So we had that. I criticized the video he made. Then he came back and criticized my video, which is totally fine. It's what we call discourse, right? You have discourse on topics. But instead of attacking my points and saying like, oh, I disagree with this point, he didn't even watch like most of the video. I think got a minute in, and then he had like his brain exploded, and then he just started attacking my wife, saying that she was valueless because she was fat, which is like, it was just fucked up and inappropriate. For the first reason, because like you're just devaluing somebody, it's completely irrelevant to the conversation. Second of all, you just brought my wife into something that she had nothing to do with. You could just insult me, but he needed to go after my wife because this is the kind of person that attacks people that he feels are vulnerable and are weaker than him because he's a loser. Okay? So that's all his things. Like, oh, she's fat, so you don't really know what it's like to be a high-value man. Listen, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Listen, I'm not going to get into specifics. Knowing his backstory, I'm certainly higher value than him in general. I'm not trying to be that guy. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Because the problem is that he attacked my wife, right? And as a man, you don't do that, which is how I know he's not a man, right? So the issue here is that we had a conversation, right? So we had a conversation about a topic here, right? Okay, we had this conversation about a topic, right? And I don't even know if I need this, and then he just went after my wife because he was like too afraid to go after me. He was just trying to like emotionally provoke me. Rewind again to a little while ago, I guess. Every once in a while, and I haven't done it in a while, I'll make fun of Keemstar. Because he's 40, I think 39, but whatever. Was it his birthday? I don't know. He's about 40, talking to 20-year-old girls. And what I said is I made fun of him and said it's weird. Because it is. It's weird. It's immature. I don't know what you want me to tell you. You're being immature for doing that. But, like, it's not illegal. I've defended him from that. I've even, like, criticized Ethan Klein for trying to make it seem like he's some kind of a predator because he's insane. It's bullshit. It's just weird. That's it. Right? And Keemstar's really base take here, I want you to listen to this. It's incredible. Is that this guy has the ability, the other guy has the ability to insult my wife. Because basically, when you boil it down, he's just he's just criticizing my relationship as I'm criticizing his relationship. Now, if you get so fundamental that you remove every single, not even nuance, you just remove everything else, okay? Even then, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Calling someone's relationship weird for like a particular thing that is weird, that's something that is like not normal, is not the same as just insulting somebody's like wife and attacking their looks and saying they're valueless. At no point did I say Keemstar or his wife or girlfriend is valueless. I never even comment on his girlfriend because like that's his girlfriend. But this other person was calling my wife valueless because she was overweight, right? And like, it's really upset my wife, especially since she's like, yo, I'm just trying to lose weight. We were trying to make healthier choices. And like, all you're doing is attacking me for my looks. Like, how do you expect somebody to try to better themselves when you just constantly shit on them? Like, it's emotionally frustrating. And if you want to get into the conversation, it's even more frustrating for women when they get attacked for their looks because like society says that's all the thing that's valuable to you, right? It's not as like frustrating for men usually, and at least in my experience. Maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe you're a guy that takes it more personally, but either way, it doesn't help, right? It's not helpful. My wife wasn't even part of the conversation. This guy just wanted to lazily attack my wife because he's dumb. He's a dumb fuck. I'm not talking about Keemstar here. I'm talking about the other guy. Right? I called the relationship dynamic weird. Something more analogous would be like, oh, I think it's weird that your wife is so much smarter than you because she has a master's degree. And I'm a literal high school dropout. I do have my GED. But anyway, that makes more sense. That's weird. Okay. But nobody's being devalued necessarily. It might offend me slightly because I think it's weird. But like when you look at it, yeah, that is weird. Because usually people with similar, or you would assume that people who drop out of high school aren't necessarily super formally intelligent. I don't think that people are unintelligent for not finishing high school. You know, there's different types of intelligence. So I could see that you understand my point. Maybe if I was overweight and she was thinner and he was like, it's weird that she's thin. There's another one. Now, could it be a little insulting? Maybe if you interpret it that way. But like overall, it's not like devaluing somebody. It's like, hey, this is weird. This is something that falls outside the norm. The fact that I have to explain this to Keemstar is insane to me. But again, this person was devaluing my wife lazily. He didn't just say something is weird. Right. And like, it's something that I'm surprised I have to explain this. But anyway, there's a little bit more because I knew something was going to happen when I said this, but I was like feeling funny. I was feeling a little silly. So this is Anisia, right? This is IW's girlfriend. You know, she's very nice looking. But so I made this comment here. I said needs more armpit hair. Now listen, the joke is that, you know, she looks like somebody who might have armpit hair. It's not like, oh my God, you're disgusting. It was a little bit of a joke. And I don't even find armpit hair unattractive. It's not like I was just like a dumb joke. You might be like, oh, that's inappropriate. Whatever. It doesn't matter. That's fine. However, Keemstar replied with, ew, and you say my taste in women is weird. Now, right off the bat, that's a fair thing to say because this is this is like more analogous. Oh, I think it's weird you like younger women. Oh, I think it's weird if you think that I mean, like women armpit hair, I don't like them, but I don't dislike them either. But you could say like, oh, I think that it's weird that you have a taste, you like the women with armpit hair. Yeah, those things are analogous, Keemstar. You've done it. Those things are perfectly analogous. I think that's it. But then he goes on to say, you know, I was thinking about that the other day. And I thought, what a fucking hypocrite, because you got salty because of TikTok I was tagging your wife on her appearance. Understand something. Keemstar, by saying that it's weird that I think that armpit hair is attractive, is not attacking anybody's appearance or devaluing anybody. It's simply a commentary on the fact that you think it's weird because it isn't within the normal, you know, thing. It's not normal. It wouldn't be normal. And then he goes to like devaluing my wife. It's insane. He goes right to devaluing my wife. Bro, I know you're going to watch this because you tend to watch like my videos, clearly, because he watched this other video here. But dude, to me, very clearly, you were so offended by this running joke that you're immature for dating younger girls. Legal younger girls. That like you decided to support attacking another man's wife. And to be honest with you, I'm very surprised. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Because like this is one of those things where like my defense of Keemstar when people call him like a pedophile for this is that is a call to violence to me. Because men, and I would normally put Keemstar in that field, will hurt other men or other people who commit violence onto children. Right? We know this. We already understand this. And so that's why I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that. That's the same reason why I said that you shouldn't have made that stupid fucking joke about, you know, deaf noodles. So I guess the signs were there that, but anyway. And then, but here's another thing. It's like now you're doing another thing that wouldn't align with being a man. And that is just like insulting somebody's wife. It's not my girlfriend. It's my wife. You know, like I don't know how else to express this. This is just something that you should have learned when you were younger, that you don't attack another man's wife. My wife wasn't in, it had absolutely nothing to do with anything. It was unprompted. And you're like supporting this guy attacking my wife. That's what you're doing. Because you're so offended because I made fun of you for liking younger girls that were legal, that you decided to go through this absolutely broken logical chain. You're wrong. Like you're just wrong about it. So yeah, anyway, to end this off, Keemstar, next time you have a problem with something I say, you don't have to crash a debate panel and wait an hour to try to jump in on there. You can just say something, and we can just talk about it. That's it. Anyway, I'm gonna play the clip now. Goodbye.
This is the real reason why I came on the show.
I changed my name to Call Me
came on
Carson.
the show to confront Papa Gut, and that's the only reason why I came on.
Why?
So I'm.
Wait, my name isn't Papa Gut, by the way. It's something different. If you want to read that out for me.
I was waiting for the moment, and the moment is here. When we were on a little chat a couple months ago, I believe, you kept bringing up that it was weird that I, 40 years old, have a 21-year-old girlfriend. And you kept saying that this is weird. This is weird.
Well, I think the bigger thing was I said that it was weird that you canceled Call Me Carson for a 2-year age gap.
No, you're changing it. You're changing the subject. You said it was weird. You were judging
I think it's a little weird, sure.
That I'm weird.
Okay.
Now, just the other day, this guy on TikTok, a little irrelevant guy over on TikTok, was roasting your wife. He was calling her fat. He was calling her unattractive, all this stuff. You were getting salty about it, and you were defending your relationship, right? You were defending your wife.
What is happening?
That you love her and you think she's beautiful and all that other stuff.
Okay.
Right? Are you weird? Are you weird for dating your wife? Are you weird?
I truly
being married
don't.
to your wife. Are you weird? No, you're not weird.
I don't understand.
That's your relationship. That's your relationship, and you get to pick who you want a relationship with.
What are you talking about? Well, how do these two things? No, I just want to know how these two things are linked, right? So keep.
Because you didn't like when someone was judging you. You didn't like when someone was sitting there saying that your wife was unattractive, your wife was overweight. Okay. You didn't like that. And you're like, in my eyes, she's beautiful. All right. So in my eyes, my girlfriend's beautiful.
I'm failing to see how these things.
Still talking.
Keemstar, you're a millionaire and you only have one 20-year-old girlfriend? Like, I find that
I have
weird.
two, but one's hidden. One doesn't want the public limelight.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I don't think that these two things are analogous. Right? I said it was offhanded, said it was a little weird. I never said it was illegal or wrong. I think that's a little different from me engaging with somebody about like a particular topic, and then instead of them responding to what I said, they just decided to go off on my wife.
You got mad. He went after your wife. He said, bro, your wife's ugly. Your wife's overweight, right? You said,
sure.
I love my wife. She's beautiful. I
don't see how these situations are comparable. I don't really understand. This just seems like you're waiting for something that in your head made sense so that you can have a meltdown on it. It sounds like you were holding on to that comment for months, and then like this, you felt like this was the first time that you.
I just thought you were being hypocritical because you should be able to date whoever you want to date.
Either way, when did I say you shouldn't be able to date 20-year-old girls?
You said it was weird. You said it was.
Who cares if it's weird? I think that furries are weird too.
You got mad when that guy on TikTok said your wife is weird. Your wife had issues, or your wife had problems.
I think he
didn't approve of your wife, and you got real defensive.
I got upset because
if you want to judge other people's relationships, he should be able to judge your relationship. He should be able to get on TikTok and dunk on your wife and say that you're a weirdo for dating your wife, right? If you're gonna do that to other people,
but he wasn't saying I was a weirdo. He was saying that I'm not a high-value man because my wife is overweight. You're the only one reveling in this. You sound fucking unhinged right now.
I'm sitting here letting you talk.
I don't know what else to say, Keemstar. These two things are
you don't have a counterpoint.
No, but the thing is, it's like it's just an insane point that you brought up. Right, so okay,
Don't judge people's relationships. When people judge your relationship, you're going to be a salty little bitch.
Okay,
that's my point.
So, Keem, the issue here, right, is first of all, there's a difference between saying that it's weird to date younger women versus me attacking your girlfriend or whatever, right? That's the issue. So we had a disagreement on a different, we had a disagreement over some high-value male bullshit, and instead of responding to the criticism, he just insulted my wife. That's not the same thing as me saying it's kind of weird that you date like younger girls. But especially considering like I've defended the fact that you're not a predator from like Ethan Klein, for instance, who thinks that you're like a pedophile for it, which you're not. I just said it was weird. It was offhanded. Why are you taking this so personally?
Well, I thought you were hypocritical when you got all defensive over your relationship. I was like, wait. Well, people can call you weird for dating your wife, right? I mean, you do it to other people. You judge other people's relationships.
I don't even know how to respond to this.
Why can't people judge your relationships? Why
Well,
you get so unhinged?
you can judge my relationship, but it's weird that like nobody insulted. Well, I didn't insult your girlfriend, but you're supporting people like insulting other people's wives. It's bizarre. I just
I don't support him. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just saying.
Well, you're supporting his action.
No, I'm saying that he should have the right. If you also
everybody
believe that
has
you
the
have
right, but like
you have the
it's
right
Keemstar,
to
are you
judge
saying that
other
there is
people's-
no age gap?
What's that?
Are you saying that there's no such thing as an age gap that constitutes grooming? Is that your position? Is that your opening statement?
Among adults, no.
It-
Among
okay,
adults, no.
Then
no.
what age gap would you say?
what the fuck's happening?
I would say an adult
I'm
with
just trying to
a.
get us back
amazing
on the
opening
conversation
statement.
that we're talking. This is his
Well,
opening statement. I'm trying to get us back on the conversation because this is like going on.
If
for
an
a
adult, if an adult
no
is
shit about
going
you guys.
after someone under the age of 18,
Bro, I'm
I
so
believe that is
confused.
grooming, right?
Anybody under the age of
14
18.
and 18
Okay, got it.
is that grooming?
I would say, yeah, I guess, yeah.
What about a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old that are in high school together?
No.
What
I
about a
think there is
17-year-old and a 19-year-old?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay,
that's
so if I can
different.
bring
Is
something
anybody
up
keeping
that's
track of
been a
all
hot-
these?
Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.